Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. It's been a while, but I'm back weekly and ready to shoot my views. And I want to hear your views as well in the comment section below. But we are just hours away now from Usyk Fury, the super fight, the dream fight, the two best heavyweights of their era, no question. And I'm being totally honest with you here. I keep going back and forth. But I've made my mind up. I've seen enough. I said I'd hold my verdict out till the weigh-in. Till I saw the weights. Now, Usyk immediately was like, oh my goodness, it was a big shock when he was announced 233. I thought he's overdone it. He's going to be too slow, too heavy. But of course, it was a mistake by Michael Buffer, who's nearly 80 years old, bless him. Is his normal standard 223. So you know what he's going to be. He's going to be, does what he advertises. He's going to be elusive, quick, slick. Fury, however, is a stone lighter than he's been for the last 5 years. A stone and a half lighter than what he was for Ngannou, which is a good thing. Because Ngannou, he was overweight, didn't take the fight seriously, and it was an embarrassment. And he was lucky, I think, to get the decision. I think he probably just did enough, but it was an embarrassing performance, and he'll get annihilated by Usyk if he rocks up and performs like that. But of course, he won't. This is Tyson Fury we're talking about, and he can look awful. John McDermott, for instance, the warm-up fights before he fought Wilder in their first fight, he just looked awful. But as time has proven, Klitschko, Wilder, Chisora, White, he turns it on, doesn't he, when he needs to. And without question, I think he's going to turn it on tonight. I think he'll start slow. I think Usyk will be a tough puzzle to figure out early on, and I think social media will start posting, going off, Usyk's schooling him, Usyk's doing this, Usyk's doing that. And then, of course, what will happen is the master will be mastered. I think Fury will catch up with him. I think Fury will rough him up. I think he'll get in his face. I think he'll give him Usyk all kinds of looks that Usyk normally gives other people. And I think ultimately he's going to Steve Cunningham Usyk. Now, of course, Usyk is levels above Cunningham. I'm not comparing the two. But you can see where this is going. I think a better, slicker Fury. And some say he's on the slide. I don't think he is. If he is, he's got no chance. But he looks supremely confident in that weigh-in. His trainer looks good. And I think he's going to stop Usyk late. I think he's going to stop him to the body. And I think if the ref doesn't wave off and try and disqualify Fury, he'll stop him. I really believe that late on, after coming from behind. Now, obviously, there's not a huge shock of Usyk wins. I'll be surprised if it's unanimous on points. I think if he wins, he's probably going to stop Fury with cuts. Remember, Fury's eye was gashed, and it still looks a bit inflamed, if I'm being honest with you. So Usyk's smart. I think he's going to target the eye, and he could well stop Fury on cuts. It could well be a draw. Hayes called that. I think Johnny Nelson said that. It could well be, especially with a big money rematch on the cards. I wouldn't be surprised if them two things happened either. But out of everything, I think Fury's going to step up. I think he's going to take his place as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Now, of course, if Usyk wins, he's one of the greatest fighters of all time. Undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight, unbelievable. But I think history doesn't lie. The great cruiserweights eventually come a cropper. Holyfield did. Even, the fighter that fought like David Haye, Mulmac, they come a cropper. They're great cruiserweights, even David Haye himself. But eventually they get big daddied, as I call it, outgunned by the heavier fighter. And we have that age-old saying, we have weight classes for a difference. And I just think Usyk will start slick. I think it will surprise Fury who's used to being the quickest fighter, he won't be. It'd be like trying to catch a rabbit. But I think eventually Fury's going to time Usyk. And when he does, a bit like Joshua, who didn't quite take advantage of it, I think he's not going to let Usyk off the hook. And I think he's going to batter him. Now, Usyk, as we know, though, as he's seen against Jabbar and Joshua, you know, he got hurt by Joshua in round 7, came out round 8 in that rematch, and he knocked him out. Got hurt by Jabbar, came out next round, punished him, pummeled him, stopped him. So he's dangerous, Usyk, when he's hurt. Against Tony Bellew, hurt, upped it, knocked him out. So Fury's got to be careful, but I just think this is a different breed, a different fighter. I think Fury's been fighting all his life. I don't think he has any fear. I think he's mentally strong. I think he knows every kind of style. And I know Usyk's different to most fighters, but eventually a good big one will beat a good small one. And I just think, heart of hearts, and I'm a huge Fury fan, and I want him to win, but taking that all out of the equation, I think he's going to stop Usyk. As long as there's no cheating or controversy or terrible referee, because obviously, let's be honest, John Fury has made waves for the Fury family. Usyk's a more popular fighter, especially out there in Saudi. As long as it's a fair fight, I can see Fury getting the stoppage. And I think it'll be a great fight. I really do. I think it'll be tactical at times. I think it'll be a firefight at times. I think Usyk's going to hold his own. And I wouldn't be surprised if he hurts Fury at times. It's the punches you don't see coming after all. But I think Fury's going to hold his ground. I think Fury might even have to get up the canvas. I'm being serious. But I think he will get up. And I think he'll maul. And I think he'll stop Usyk around 9-10. Possibly even 11. That's my prediction. I think it'll be a great fight. But I think Fury will have to walk through the fires of hell one more time, like he did against Wilder in their third match, in their third fight. I think he's got capabilities to do it one more time. End of the day, he's 2 years younger than Usyk. And yes, he hasn't lived a life like Usyk has, so that kind of balances it out. But I think at 37, Usyk could be more vulnerable than Fury. And I think Fury will stop him late on to become, I believe, top 5 heavyweight of all time. Let's get it on, guys. Fury Usyk is going to be a great fight. Usyk is going to be, I believe, harder fight than Wilder. I think it's going to be an absolute barnstormer, but I think Fury will walk through the fire in the end, coming from behind to stop Usyk late on, as long as that cut doesn't hinder him. All right, guys, let me know what you think. What a fight. Hours away. Bring it on. The Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. The first time in 25 years, we are going to have the man. Let's go.